Calling upon all horror fans, with a spooky season steadily approaching, it is time to watch all our cult classics again. This Marvel's video is quite a tumultuous discussion since we're going to be talking about the latest developments and everything we know so far about Jeepers Creepers 5, the fourth movie of the franchise. Jeepers Creepers Reborn was meant to kickstart a trilogy. Fans approach any news of the fifth movie with caution, considering how the fourth one was received by audiences. Jeepers Creepers 4 did not live up to the expectations and standards of the first two films. Also taking into account the news that broke in relation to the director of the first three films, the questions we seek to answer are: will Jeepers Creepers 5 work out as a part of a new trilogy and franchise? What does the Creeper plan to do next when he inevitably returns? What are some potential storylines that the fifth film could follow? Can we expect to see Trish and other original cast members in the new film? Or is it just wise to let the Creeper die with its franchise? Let's talk about it. But before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us it means a lot. Thank you, and let's begin. What is the new movie going to be all about? The first three Jeepers Creepers movies formed an original trilogy which were directed by Victor Salva. All the movies follow the story of the Creeper who feasts on human flesh, which he requires to stay alive. He follows a set of very specific, rigid rules that don't really have an explanation. The cycle he follows consists of hibernating for 23 years before awakening and hunting for 23 days, after which he falls into a slumber again. These three movies were all considered to be one story. The first Jeepers Creepers film gained a loyal following over the years and was once thought to be a cult classic. The fourth film, Jeepers Creepers Reborn, released in 2022, was set up to be the beginning of a trilogy. We can say that the fourth film expanded the Jeepers Creepers lore considerably and made way for more stories to take place. The ending of the fourth film immediately sets up for a sequel. We see Chase and Lane survive the Creepers' attacks. His intentions are characteristically horrific as he wishes to feed on Lane's unborn baby. The cult that we see in the fourth movie has the sole intention of hunting down Lane and her unborn child. The reason being, if the Creeper manages to feed on her baby, he would gain immortality. The fifth movie could be a story of revenge on Chase and Lane as they left an impaled Creeper to die. The strange murder of crows who swarm Creeper's body and seemingly teleport him away. The ending of the movie reveals a reborn Creeper who looks enraged and thirsty for revenge. In the sequel, there is potential for the filmmakers to explain the secret behind the crows and their special abilities, especially the white crow that leads the whole pack. Jeepers Creepers 5 could follow the story of the Creeper pursuing the couple as they try to escape rural Florida and get to safety. We could hope to see him put his signature weapons to use again, such as the shurikens, dagger, and truck to chase the couple for revenge. In Jeepers Creepers Reborn, Lane somehow develops a psychic connection to the monster. Her psychic vision allows her to see why the Creeper needs to feed on her unborn child and how the cult plans to defend the tyrant if needed. The fourth film ends with Lane's eyes turning fully black, and audiences were not provided with any explanations for this. This can be a hint about the possibility of Lane being turned into a weapon. The fifth movie can also show us a complete 180 degree and have Lane and Chase hunt the Creeper instead. Another possibility presents itself. The people connected with his past victims, such as Trish, could make an appearance. Chase, Lane, and Trish can team up with a local police force to get rid of the evil once and for all. Will we finally get the origin story of the Creeper? The fifth movie holds potential to show us the origin story of the Creeper through Lane's psychic visions. We could get to know why the creature needs to hunt and search for body parts to replace in the issues of Dynamite comics. The Creeper is shown to be a Mesoamerican being who feeds on human sacrifices, but the movies never expand on this. Jeepers Creepers Reborn instead chose to focus on the cult that worshipped the Creeper. The fifth movie can show us how the cult discovers the evil entity and why they choose to worship it. The story could explore why the cult members view the Creeper as some sort of a god and why the monster himself chose them as apprentices instead of devouring them. He could have eaten them as he needs human flesh to survive. This adds an eerie and satanic twist to the whole premise. is the franchise beyond repair. The reboot of the Jeepers Creepers franchise, which was the fourth movie, did everything in its power to stay away from the original director of the first three movies. Victor Salva, who directed Jeepers Creepers 1, 2, and 3, is a convicted pedophile. However, the popular opinion stands for the fact that he wasn't properly convicted for his crimes. A discussion had arisen around a reboot. Many people are of the opinion that we should just let the creeper die. In order to have more context to the fourth movie, audiences are bound to go back and watch the first three, which directly benefits Salva. His crimes went unnoticed for a long while till the third movie came out. Through social media, millions of unknowing fans became aware of his actions. While some may find it acceptable to separate the art from the artist and not boycott the entire franchise, we need to address the fact that Salva's work shares a few themes to his crimes in real life. Revisiting the films after this news is an uncomfortable journey. It is made obvious from the start that the creeper prefers to feast on young victims. The creeper's targets are most often college students, children, or teenagers. He also indulges in creepy actions like sniffing his victims' clothes in order to check whether they would make good meals. This is where the debate of separating the art from the artist truly matters. Since in this case the art shows multiple reflections of the artist's intentions, it is difficult for audiences to rewatch the Jeepers Creepers movie without forgetting about Salva's real-life actions and motives. You can't help but wonder where the inspiration for such a sexually inappropriate creature came from. This thought isn't helped by the fact that the creeper almost always emerges victorious at the end of each movie. This is where Jeepers Creepers Reborn, the fourth movie, tried to come in and revive a ruined franchise. Like we mentioned, the fourth film is the start of a new trilogy, so in extension, a new franchise. But can it really maintain a safe space from the original tainted trilogy? While the director of Reborn clarified on social media that Salva is in no way connected to the latest film, we discussed how there is a possibility of it indirectly benefiting him still. The new team tells us that this storyline of the creeper is completely new and in no way associated with the old ones. Many say that Jeepers Creepers Reborn is a cash grab by Hollywood. The sensible thing would have been to let the creeper die with its franchise and Salva's work. But the new film, with a new director and cast members, tries to convince audiences that this is a fresh beginning while still somehow leeching out any remnant success from the original films. The dissonance lies in the fact that the creeper will always be associated with its previous artist and his actions. The creeper seems to be a reflection of his true intentions. An attempt to redeem the character for the sake of another mediocre film seems insensitive and unnecessary.
Ray?
Conclusion. Some may say that this once cult classic has been ruined forever, though there still stands a chance of a fifth film being released even if it isn't the smartest decision at the moment. How acceptable the fifth film will be is for audiences to decide. It is unrealistic to ask viewers to watch the movie with no preconceived thoughts given the heaviness of the incidents that took place. Maybe the best direction that this entire franchise can take is to let the creeper just die and stay buried without being brought to life yet again.